Hi guys, it's Laura at Sheer Passion. Thanks so much for tuning in. So I want to talk about the very fun subject of dating and relationships. I get asked all the time how to get a boy to call you, how to get a girl to like you. Maybe it's because I'm a hairstylist, or maybe it's because people see something in me. And I'd like to share with you what I believe it is that makes relationships work. And I know on here I've shared with you how many times I've made mistakes in relationships and where I believe relationships start. My faith tells me that relationships start with understanding that you were designed with a purpose. It is so hurtful to me that on a Friday night, there are so many people around, whether it is at a local gym, your local Kmart, your post office, while you're running errands, you do not see people who exude, I don't even know what that means. Happiness and joy, whose skin is on fire, just glowing and showing you that they have life. I often get asked by women how to feel sexy and beautiful. And the media would tell you that we need to be thin and we need to be attractive. On some level, we do need to be thin, but we need to be healthy. And the reason that we need to be healthy is because it allows us to think so purposefully about ourselves. Don't you think? Do you agree with me that when you take care of yourself, that when you are out on dates, you feel more confident? Guys, it's unfortunate that all of us are born into families that we do not ask for and we definitely do not pick out. So in our very beginning, we're learning how to eat and take care of our bodies and relate to other humans that are in our families, our moms and our dads or our guardians. But the reality is we don't really know who we are unless we invest time in our likes and our dislikes, especially our health and the things that we like to do to create fun with others. It is absolutely my passion to share with you how I feel about myself. And hopefully you can see that on these videos, that I take care of myself and I take pride in what I look like. It does not cost me a ton of money. On the opposite, it actually costs me less money throughout the year because I ride a slow and steady process of taking care of myself. I do not treat my body or my personal life like an amusement park, like a theme ride where we're up and we're down. You should always see a consistency in me. You will sometimes see brighter days, but you definitely will not see that I'm not taking care of myself. Not once have I asked for boys to like something that isn't there. Isn't it funny how we want to get in relationships and we want somebody to bring us that happiness or that joy? How would we even know how to deal with that if we don't have it in ourselves? And wouldn't we then be just sucking off the other person and taking everything we need? If my husband was on here, he would tell you that that's exactly what he does with me. That's not a secret in our relationship, that he definitely loves to be near me. He calls me the lightning, and it is like standing near lightning. Okay, I get it. And on some levels, that's really good. But you know what, guys? We are gardens, each one of us. It's a great metaphor because we can all understand that gardens look different. Gardens are also full of different plants, fruits, and vegetables. It doesn't matter what you grow in the garden. There's use for it, but it does need water and sunlight. So when you meet somebody else, that garden is not supposed to take from you. It's supposed to add to you. Wouldn't it be nice to think that when we want to be found or we want to seek someone out, that we would know what we're presenting? What do you think that I present? If I wasn't married, what do you think that I present? Just the way that I look? Absolutely not. I've shared on here that my looks have changed throughout my life. The beginning of my life, I was chubby wubby. You can't even imagine the things that people would say when I tried to get up to sharpen my pencil during the school years. Never had a boyfriend, went to every dance, stag. That's okay. You know what? That's who I was. That's who I was presenting. The beginning of my life, I learned things that were terrible for me. And I have worked against that, and it is absolutely amazing the things that I've been able to do because I chose to love me first. You know, so much of those words are used incorrectly. They're used to describe vanity, and they're used to describe selfishness. I didn't say that I love myself and I don't love others. I said I learned to love myself. Therefore, I could love other people. You know, I get asked out a lot and I get hit on a lot, even as a married woman. I have been able to turn those compliments or lust into something that's beneficial for both of us. Ladies, what are we presenting to these guys? These men want women who are vibrant and on fire. First of all, my faith is the biggest thing. Isn't it funny, though, that the Lord would have allowed me to reveal a more beautiful self, which would draw people in, and I could tell them about Him. When we are out and we want to get a guy and be married and stay married, marriage is hard enough. But I'm talking about dating and finding someone, what we're presenting, and finding relationships. What are you presenting? What is in your garden? Are you watering your garden? Are you putting sunlight on your garden? Are you taking care of yourself and checking the soil and weeding? And when people stop by to look at your garden, do you tell them what's here? What's your harvest? What is the person getting because they're choosing to spend time at your garden? My husband has been caught siphoning water out of my garden. He loves to pull up a bench, sit down, and siphon some water out of my garden, if you know what I mean. Then he waters his own garden because he says, Laura, you do so much watering, I can just sit back and enjoy you. Unfortunately, that does not work in relationships. I came on here to be encouraging. What exactly are you presenting to other people in the world? What are you bringing to a relationship? I think these are very important questions that we need to ask ourselves because, to be honest with you, what the heck are you getting in another person? If they can't answer those questions for you, then why are you interested in going on a date with them? You would have to say chemistry, or another word for lust, or immediate attraction because of bone structure. Okay, so what? That's not such a bad thing. But the reality is, you need more than that. You know, if we all were satisfied with just looking at beautiful food instead of eating it and being nourished by it, we could just stare at it and walk away. So the reality is there's so much more to being in a relationship than just what you look like. It's okay to be beautiful. Don't get me wrong. You do need to present that beauty is great. It definitely wasn't created by the devil. God created beauty. And we absolutely, as men and women in this world, should be seeking it out for ourselves. We've got to stop putting ourselves down, and we need to start understanding that we are redeemed by the blood of His Son, which means we are important to Him, and you are not going to bring mediocrity to this game and get greatness. We have to start understanding that we are designed with a purpose. We need to start serving an almighty God by choosing to love ourselves, start getting to know what we're about so that when we are out and in relationships, we can do the job that is required by us, to give what is inside of us, to genuinely give the other people the true Laura, the true person. That is what I want to leave you with this week, guys. I feel so encouraged by doing these videos. Thank you so much for watching. Just remember, if you're feeling down, it's your job to try to understand why. And when you're out, you need to be presenting the best you. I wish you luck. It's not easy to change, but it's not impossible. It is improbable if you don't start at some point. Thanks so much. Tune into the blog, Sheer Passion to Blog at blogspot.com. SheerPassion, the number 2, blog at blogspot.com. Tune in soon.